coming up on relatables.
When he gets down and dirty, is he just like
if I understand, yeah, I was gonna say, when you guys are when you're in bed and he's on top of you and you guys are kissing with the big build up before sex, is he just going mwah, 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 and intensely and fastly, and is he grinding on you? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh. What you wanna do,
Be what you wanna be.
relatables.
You are listening to
Relatables,
Season 3.
episode 22.
22, you know why that's a good number?
Nah,
Putting you
I know why. I was gonna. It's
On
not
the
my.
spot.
It's not my favorite number, but I know why you're gonna say,
why?
because your birthday's the 22nd.
Oh, what a good friend. Yours is the 21st, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Such a good friend.
That's it, guys. Welcome back, everybody.
man.
Thanks for joining us.
Guys, Patreon. All right, it's where it's at. Get over there. Give us your money.
Honestly, the episodes, the one we posted yesterday was an hour and 12 minutes.
Was it?
Because we just get carried away.
It's pretty good.
It was
we
really
get carried
good,
away
yeah.
on there, and we don't even do I remember recording it and being like, "Fuck, there's more we want to talk about, but it's too long."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's a better community.
it's very
Okay, but today we have a YouTube exclusive. And if you're listening on Spotify right now, you're like, oh, I can hear it. We're about to do Girl Next Door or MANEATER, our first contestant. And it's all visual, so head on over to YouTube if you want to watch that. And if not, the rest of the episode is going to be completely normal from here on out.
If you're on Spotify, you won't hear MANEATER, but if you want to watch MANEATER,
It's on YouTube.
go watch YouTube.
So our first contestant is Caitlin Aragon. Is that her name?
You got better eyes than me. Caitlin Aragon.
That's kinda-
Wait,
it's
is
a
she
good-
from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
What?
What a name.
So this is, what is this called again?
MANEATER or Girl Next Door.
Beautiful.
So you want to
And
explain
then-
what that is, Jake?
So MANEATER or Girl Next Door. So MANEATER is obviously someone that's gonna, swallow you up, break your heart.
Yeah.
Girl Next Door is that's the girl next door. She's perfect. She's everything. I want her.
Yeah.
I want to marry her.
And Caitlin said, I want to know if I'm a MANEATER or a Girl Next Door. Roast me. Love the pod. So first photo. Up top left, we've got what'd you call that? Like a crocheted, around the arms?
Yeah, she kind of slays with the fit.
With a slightly, the hot ranger vibes. Is it red?
No,
it's
she's
red.
No,
That's
she's
red.
looking brunette.
I think it's that red.
Nah, it's not red.
You know
it's
that,
just the color. It's the lighting.
No, I reckon it's the
It's
new
the
red.
lighting.
Look, I don't know. But
I'm sorry, but I'm going the boots and something about the jawline is giving me MANEATER.
I'm getting sass.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I'm getting she knows what she wants and
Yeah.
she's not going to take anything different.
Agreed. Okay, I'll go photo one MANEATER.
MANEATER.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Photo
photo two.
Oi, complete opposite.
Yeah, complete opposite.
I want her to have my kids.
Exactly. She looks like
That's what you want.
She looks like a good mum.
Yeah. Whoa. Oi, she looks like a proud mum right now.
Yeah, you go next door, knock on the door, she answers, and she's cooking or something.
You know what she looks like? She looks like her kid just said, "Hey, mum, you look beautiful. I want to take a photo of you." And then she's all like, "Okay."
She looks cute.
I'm going Girl Next Door
Girl
on
Next
that
Door.
one.
That's 1-1.
Yeah, Girl Next Door. Okay, third one.
Photo 3.
Up close.
Don't you reckon it looks like some type of ranger? It's like the new in redhead. It's hot.
I don't know. You're really stuck on this redhead thing. I'm still going with brown hair.
Okay. But this one's tricky. It's in the middle.
Yeah, she's not really leaning to any. She's on the fence.
This is the smile has good intentions.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's the way, it's the look. It's not
too bitchy.
Yeah, I feel like if she was looking away from the camera, like in the first one,
Yeah.
I would be leaning towards, again, MANEATER, but I'm closer towards, and she looks like she's wearing comfy clothes, and she's okay with posting that. Not all girls are okay with posting that.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm gonna go Girl Next Door.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
2-1. And final photo 4.
Dude, is this the same person?
Yeah.
Really?
What do you mean?
She looks so different in the fourth photo. You don't think so?
I reckon she's just dolled up a little bit.
Dolled up a bit. Fair.
She's got some big ring earrings. That gives me a little bit of
earrings and a shiny top.
Yeah.
That's giving me MANEATER for days.
MANEATER. Oh, this one's. I'm going man-eater on this one
Yeah,
too.
I'm going, man. Wait, so does that mean that's a draw?
It's 2-2.
Oh, girl, we can't. I'm sorry, we can't help you.
Do you want me to get a new photo up to
One more photo. We'll do a draw baker.
decider?
And I'm going, wait, 25? She's 25.
25 error.
Okay, fair. Honestly, yeah, it looks 25.
I'd say yeah.
Fair enough.
Maturity about it.
enough.
The long like Harry Potter coat is like giving me. I don't know.
Oh, this is the same dress from the first photo.
Yeah.
I'm going, and look at her. It's the look.
She's like,
And the boots.
It is the
Guys,
boots.
man-eater.
Man-eater.
Yeah, man-eater.
Yes,
We're back
yeah.
on man-eater.
So she's a man-eater.
Sorry, love.
Caitlin, lock it in. Okay. Oh, thanks everybody for man-eater or girl next door. If you want to send in your applications, just DM us. Say you give us permission to rate your account.
Yeah.
And it's just fun.
It is fun, yeah. And like, who knows? It's fun to be made fun of sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But now back to Spotify.
Alrighty. So we got an answer, a reply to our question about what should guys say when they want some time alone. Where, because it's like some people, they're not good at communicating it.
And
we got a good
partner
answer.
takes it the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah. And like on valid, like obviously valid taking it the wrong way. Because like, it's like, oh shit, like have I done something wrong?
Yeah.
And someone said, about your question from the latest episode, I would say that the most important thing when bringing up the need for alone time is to make it overly clear for the girl that she's the one you want to be with. Like, you can never, I repeat, never say things like that too much. And of course, you also need to show this through your actions. But say how you feel. You're the one I want to be with. And to make this work even better, I need to address my need for alone time. And after that, I think it would be a good thing to explain why you need your alone time so she can understand why this is something he needs, what it looks like for him, maybe even explain that during this time, I won't answer your text or whatever it means for him, but also plan ahead and propose that when you're going to see each other again. In that way, the girl doesn't have to be anxious or worried. She's probably going to spend less time thinking about the day you're doing your thing and more time about the next time you're going to see each other again. Basically, it was like hard to read.
Yeah, she rambled at the end.
Yeah.
Basically, there was a good point in there that said, let them know the next time you're going to see each other because that eases any anxiety, which I think is very good.
I think, yeah, something that you should start off with like on a first date or like in the first couple of dates is let it be known that you really do like alone time and it's something that you need. So then it's like they know that going in, and then when you do want alone time, let them know like, oh, like, you know, when are you available next to see someone, blah, blah, blah. And then I guess just communication again.
Well, one thing I do to implement in my life with my girlfriend is like sometimes at the end of the day, because Jake and my days sort of like, there's no real set schedule. Yeah. So we could be editing till like 8 or 9 o'clock or something, and you don't really have any like me time where you shut off at 3 or 5 o'clock and just do you. Yeah. So sometimes I say like 8 o'clock. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't really like. I just want to have some me time and just cook out and watch some Friends. Yeah. That's all I want to do and not talk. Yeah. And just, you just call them before and say, hey, I just feel a bit like stressed. I just want to not think about anything. Go on my phone, watch some TikToks and watch Friends. That's all I want to do. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything by it.
I think, just like, it's tough. It's so...
And then just do it. Call them and tell them how you feel and then do it.
Yeah. Like tell them how your day was, blah, blah, blah. And then if you let them know, like, I'm a little bit stressed about this, blah, ask them how their day was. And then just be like, I think I might just spend an hour or two just like chilling, just like going to turn my phone off. I just want to just chill. Yeah. And then they'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think about how to do it when you're with them. Let's say you just want like an hour to yourself while you're with them. It's like, look, I don't want to leave. I just want an hour of my own without you.
I would use the gym. I'm just going to the gym, or I might just go for a swim. I want to go for a swim by myself.
Yeah. And even I'm trying to think, you could just say to them like, you could just say, for some reason, I'm just feeling a little anxious. Do you reckon we could even just like sit down and chill and like not talk for a while, just like sit next, like even like being next to them, but like just not talking and going on your phone is still like a way to decompress.
A good place is having your own space when you can go, one's in the room, one's in the living room. Yeah. And just doing your own thing.
Or you can always use the excuse, gotta take a shit.
Yeah.
and then be in there for ages, like, you good? Just be like, yeah, big one.
But that ruins the romance, man.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. But also, going off last Patreon, we had some really good questions from you guys that we thought we would answer in the intro. So, to kick things off, what career do you reckon needs to be appreciated more?
Oh, great question. I could come out here and I could be podcasting, but no, that's the biggest joke ever. That's the biggest joke because it's not. Okay. For some reason, I always lean towards nurses.
I was going to say nurses.
Yeah.
I reckon they should be on like bog standard, like 9500K.
Facts.
Like they start on that.
I reckon they should be paid way more.
Yeah, the stuff they do and see and like...
What else?
They're also like a therapist in a way. Like
Yeah.
The shit they have to go through and talk to.
Oh, also, another job is the people that work at docks.
Like, oh, right.
Like the ones where it's like your kids get taken.
What's a doc?
It's just called docks. I don't know why it's called docks.
Where your kids
But,
get taken?
You know how like the people that work for the government that have to take kids away?
Oh, like a sort of social worker.
It's like a social worker, but it's like
Yeah.
called docks for some reason.
Oh, okay.
I think that job would just be fucking so difficult.
I think anything to do where you see like a lot of sort of abuse that affects you, the things you don't see that affect someone's mind, I think deserve a lot more pay.
Yeah. I just always lean towards nurses for some reason. It's like they're always overworked and it would be valid. Like it's like I feel like they would be happy if they were compensated enough.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that you need to be compensated with money.
I saw some video. Have you seen that TikTok trend going around where it's like, oh, what do you do for work? How much do you get paid? Have you seen that on TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
I always see
that
those.
new app that's out. Anyway, one of them was a nursing thing and she didn't get paid enough being a nurse. So she became one of those people who like injects like lip filler and shit and like.
You get paid so much more.
She gets paid like $100 an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Crazy. It's crazy because you need nurses.
Yeah.
Like nurses, I didn't know this, but doctors trust a nurse with a patient's life.
Yeah.
Because the nurse does every single thing and then the doctor comes in and looks at a board that the nurse has done all the stuff on.
Yeah.
And like then the doctor might have to do some more investigating, but usually like the doctor just trusts the nurse.
They do all the groundwork.
And they just, I don't know. I feel like it needs to be way more admired, way more appreciated.
Lock in nurse. Next one. Girls' fits at bars. Does it really matter what we wear?
At a bar?
Like if say we're on a night out and they want to get attention or noticed by you or I or any man.
Oh, does it matter what
do
you
you
wear?
wear?
I'm going to say, okay, let's not be dramatic. Like obviously don't wear like nothing. And obviously, I don't know, you know what might work is if you wanted some attention that night and it's like a warmish night, just wear like trackies and a jumper and someone will come up to you and be like, you cold or something? Like you'll get attention. Right. People will be asking you questions and then you might strike up a conversation with the right person.
I was thinking when you're dressing yourself, don't dress for anyone else.
Nah.
Like if you're dressing,
yourself,
if you're dressing for attention, don't do that. Dress for your personality. Maybe you might be a bit quirky, have some cool colors, or maybe you just like bog standing, you think you look good in the dunks jeans combo. But if that's you, just be you. Yeah. That's as simple as it is. And then you attract the right guy and that's who you're going to have a conversation with.
I look like a yoga instructor.
You do. You put the Birkenstocks on too.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Okay, next one. Favorite song of Noah Khan.
My favorite Noah Khan song? I've got two.
What?
All My Love and Paul Revere.
Paul Revere. Have you seen the new one coming out?
I've seen the new one. It's not out yet.
Yeah, I know. I like Orange Juice and New Perspective.
Okay, fair.
Those two
Honestly, actually, it's hard to choose two.
Yeah.
Because I also love Your Needs, My Needs.
I do love that one.
Oh, that song slaps. When we were at the concert, I like multiple times I got goosebumps.
I got lost. I was just there like immersed in it.
It was crazy. And I don't get goosebumps.
It was that good.
And I always used to hate it when I'd see someone,
Do they know we went to Noah Khan? Surely.
Yeah. We put it on our story. I always used to see things and I used to get pissed off when someone would pretend to like something and go, look, goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get goosebumps from that. You get goosebumps when you're cold. Yeah. You know? And then I got goosebumps while I was at Noah Khan. I was like, what the fuck? This is weird.
Yeah, really liked it. Okay, prenup POV.
What's my point of view on a prenup?
Yeah.
I don't think I want one.
I don't think you should ever have to get one.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about, okay, so say you're in love with a girl. You make, I don't know, $250K a year.
Yeah.
And she makes 80 as a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
Do you want a prenup?
No. I mean, like, because there's so many ways where my brain goes with this. But, like...
We immediately think logically. but
yeah, I don't think I want one. I want to go into okay. If I want to get down on one knee for a girl, and before I do it, I'm thinking, hopefully she wants to get a prenup. Why am I getting down on one knee for this girl? Like, what?
Imagine that you propose, she says yes, you're like, only if you sign the prenup.
Yeah, and like, let's say, God forbid, you get divorced, you get married and get divorced. I want to go into it thinking thinking if we do get divorced, like, yes, she can have 50% of my shit because I love her.
Yeah.
And then it's like, because if you have kids together, it's like you want her to be set up to support the kids as well. Like, I don't know. Prenups are scary.
At what point do you think you have a joint savings bank account with your girlfriend? Do you reckon you have it as a girlfriend or wait till you're married?
If you've been with a girl for like quite a few years and you know you're going to get married, you could probably set one up if it benefits you in any way, but you guys aren't ready to get married yet.
What point do you reckon your money becomes like our money together?
When you're married.
You when you're married?
Yeah.
Not beforehand?
No, I could do it beforehand. I don't care.
Yeah.
But but definitely when you're married, like it becomes like our money. A lot of people, I saw a question actually, and it was it was this guy that, if you've seen him, you like him. He takes phone calls. Guy, bald head, grey beard, talks about money.
I probably. Yeah. I know
Some lady calls in and goes, she's like, so when you get married, you have a joint bank account, blah blah blah. She's asking kind of this question like, what do you do about the money? And he's like, what do you mean?
I think I've seen this.
Yeah, and she's like asking, and he's like, let me break it down for you. He's like, my wife hasn't earned an income for 30 years. She stayed at home and raised the kids. But like every single thing, but he explains it as in like our things, like it's our house. He's like, she has her car, I have my car, but they're our cars. Like we drive each one because it's the one we chose. But it's like she could go drive my car because it's also her car, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I may have brought in the income, but every single time I get paid, it's not my money, it's our money. Yeah, like he thinks it's like a we thing. You need to go into a marriage as in like, it's now we.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything is we. It's not I. Nothing is I.
Yeah.
It's we.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, I don't know. It weeds me out. So I've always just, prenup scares me.
I think it.
Like if I
don't ever want one.
If I get down on one knee and then she starts talking about a prenup, I'm gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
All right, a couple more. Stretch marks? ? Do you care?
Oh no.
Yeah, neither.
No.
I assume they mean on like their boobs or like stomach.
No, that's a normal as.
Yeah, very human thing to do.
Simple. No, I don't really care.
Do guys ever get over their first love, and do they just find replacements to fill a void?
Who's asking that?
Don't know.
Is she asking that because she misses her first boyfriend?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's never gotten over her first love.
My answer to that question is guys do get over their first love.
Or she's probably thinking that she's been in a situation where she's just been as the replacement to get over someone.
Fair.
I think that does happen a lot.
I'm going to say guys do get over their first love, yes.
Okay, I'm just going to check if there's any more good ones. Okay, last one, funny. Super nice lingerie, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
I like lingerie. It looks nice. If also, I want you to feel sexy.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel sexy, like, because then it's like, I think you look sexy in PJs, but the nice lingerie, fuck yeah.
I'm the same. Like I'm really like just naked.
What can men do?
Yeah.
We don't have
anything.
Yeah. What can we do for you to make you think we look super sexy? Because like.
Like have a shower?
Because I'm so sorry to anyone that does this. But like there's some very attractive women out there that get dressed up in lingerie. And I know it's also for them as much as it's for the guy, it's also for the girl to feel sexy.
Yeah.
But they're sitting there and they're all sexy laying down in bed, and then you've just got this dude butt ass naked at the end of the bed with a beer gut, fucking like about to crawl on top of you. Like, what can a guy do? Oh, go to the gym.
It must, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Dedication to yourself.
Yeah. Just like show effort in yourself, and a girl's going to find that so attractive.
I think that's a very good point.
Yeah. I was just like, because imagine the amount of attractive women and even, all women that are doing that, they're doing this for their man, getting lingerie and like out of their own pocket, and then they just have this like.
Did you hear my theory on why girls like dad bods? So on a night out, I don't think I told you. No. On a night out, you know how we said it's a bit of a lucky dip if a guy's got a dad bod or a good rig because he's got such a baggy shirt on.
Yeah, guys can hide it.
I reckon a girl goes home with a guy expecting him to have a good rig, right?
Okay.
And unfortunately takes his top off, dad bod, bit of a beer gut, but then has really, really good sex.
Oh.
So she's like, damn.
Okay.
Like, she's like, I didn't think this was going to like be so good. This guy's got the shittest rig, but damn.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they're like, so they get into it not knowing that they want a dad bod, and they get it just from doing that.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
But honestly, I wish we had a girl in here. Like, I want to look a girl in the face and that claims they like dad bods. And I'll be like, tell me the fucking truth. Get them on a polygram.
They don't like dad bods. They like the person in front of them.
Yeah.
They have an emotional connection to that person.
Women are way, way better than men in just like every aspect. Men are so surface level, so much for looks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And like women, they are so happy to look past someone that's maybe not as attractive, because they're willing to see what else they've got, what else they can bring to the table.
Yeah.
We aren't. I'm happy to admit that.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad to admit, and then men always, you end up with some psycho bitch.
That's what happened. Oh, far out. All right, do you want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's do it. What you wanna do,
be what you wanna be.
Relatables. Okay, dilemmas. Not a relationship problem. Since my parents split up 3 years ago, I've only lived with my mum. She's never moved on from what happened, and she's become angry and abusive towards me, often yelling hurtful insults at me for acting or looking like my father. I've spoken to my dad.
Wait, looking like her father?
That's literally fucking not your problem.
Fuck me.
That's genetics. I've spoken to my dad, and he's more than happily agreed to make space for me in his home so I can live there. My mum is not a stable person, and I'm honestly scared to face whatever reaction she has when I tell her I'm going to live with him. I'm 18 and could find my own place, but I just haven't been able to save up enough yet to leave and not have to go back to them. How would you suggest I leave without causing a huge fight and stress for my siblings? I can't ask my family or friends for advice in fear it will get back to her. Thanks in advance for your advice if you read.
This is just such a tough life problem that happens to so many people.
This is
like 18 is too young to have to deal with like moving out like that. Without being on your own accord.
I just don't like I just don't like hearing that you're more mature than your mum. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Like, why do parents, like, I have experienced, my dad is the best person ever. It doesn't come from him. But I personally have experienced, like, I've had parents' problems been made my problem. Mm-hmm. And it's just so annoying. And I've gotten very good at just like being like, it's not my fucking problem.
I think a lot of people don't know how to do that.
No, I agree.
They take it on and it just becomes too much of a pressure.
Yeah. And like, you feel guilty for thinking that. Like, don't get me wrong.
No,
like,
I don't think you should.
I know I shouldn't, but don't get me wrong. Like, you do feel here and there, and I have to catch myself and be like, no, it's just not my problem. It's not my problem. Like, it's my life, blah, blah, blah. But like, I want to help this lady.
I do want to help her.
I really want to help this
So
lady.
how does she say to her family she suggests leaving without putting stress on the family? Okay. So she's going to move in with her dad. That's what her plan is.
She probably, and yeah. And I also assume she probably cares the most about, like, she doesn't want her mum to make her now siblings' life harder because she's leaving.
Okay. I think the way you should approach it is probably go the independence route. Mm-hmm. And say, hey, look, Mum, I'm so grateful for the roof you put over my head, and I've had a lovely time here, but I think it's time to show a bit more independence. And Dad's offered me his place. Maybe just say, I've got to pay rent over there.
Right, yeah.
I've got to pay rent over there, and I think it's going to be a good stepping stone to get my own place and get in a good routine before I move out completely.
Yeah.
And it's just my next phase in my life. And I appreciate everything you've done for me. And I'm going to come back for dinners all the time.
Yeah, she's so... The only thing is like, I know for a fact that her mum's going to be like...
the moment you mention your dad, she's going to be like, fuck that guy.
Mentioning your dad. I think you did a good... I think starting it off with, like, I really appreciate everything you've done. You know, I really appreciate, like, roof over head, blah, blah, blah. But I was trying to think... I really don't... It's so tough. I think that no matter what you do... there's going to be an adjustment period for your mum. And it's just going to take her a while to like accept that.
I agree.
So I think probably what you could go down, I think maybe, God.
I think it's, you could say literally whatever you want and your mum's going to be angry at you.
Yeah.
And it's just being able to disconnect from the situation and not feel bad because it's your mum's problem and not yours. And this is the first time you've had to put yourself first in a situation in life. And this is going to be better for your whole life in the future. Yeah. And she's going to be sad for a while. She's going to probably be a bitch and say like, oh, I fucking hate you, blah, 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 blah. But there comes a point in your life where you got to put yourself first. And if it's causing that much stress on your life, I think that's probably just what you do. And you're going to have to accept that. And eventually she's going to come around because all parents do. She's going to be like, this is my daughter. I love you.
Yeah.
It's just, this is going to be an adjustment period, like Jake said.
Yeah, fuck. I feel so bad that you're in this situation.
Yeah.
It's really tough. But I think your best bet is to, just go about it on like on eggshells as much as you can, like Oddie said. And then your mum will be upset. I assume she'll be upset. And then, but she'll come around eventually. You can always tell her like, look, I'm going to come over all the time, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like, you really need to put yourself first in this situation and probably... Maybe like talk to your siblings the day before you want to tell your mum and just let them know like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it for myself. Like she's like can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
And they'll probably be like, look, fair play. Yeah. And then let them know like I'm telling her tomorrow. Don't tell her anything. Like I'm going to tell her. So she might be like upset for a while and then, yeah.
That's good. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it.
All right, next one. Hey guys, love the podcast. This is the first podcast I actually gotten into and listened to it religiously.
Oh, let's go.
Woo, woo, woo. So keeping it short as possible. Hell yeah. Am I the arsehole? My ex. Call him Jake. I love that.
What the fuck?
Jake and I went on a holiday 3 years ago. Because of COVID, we had to book an emergency ticket out of Europe to get to England before the country went on the red list. Jake paid for the flights as my budget didn't cover the £650 flight back to London. I had paid back most of it, but not all. Life happened and we lost track. I have paid for other things and never asked for money as we were in a loving relationship. Anyways, we broke up 5 months ago. Jake still has a few things like my laptop. I messaged him asking for it. This is like the third time asking. He responded with, please can you pay me back for my flights 3 years ago? I think it is important to mention I paid for accommodation to a wedding we were meant to attend together, but because we broke up, I never asked Jake for his half. Breaking up tax, right? Am I the arsehole for replying back to Jake saying I won't pay him back and implied if he is so desperate for the money, he can sell my belongings because I am done begging for it back?
What the fuck?
You dog. You dog. You're toxic, Jake.
Oh, man.
Is this when you were in England?
Yep. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh.
Okay, am I the arsehole for... I don't think you're the arsehole. No, you're not. No. I just like... people get so spiteful with a breakup, eh?
It's your laptop, girl. Go get that shit. I'd rock up on his house and be like, I want my laptop back, bitch.
Did she say she paid back like most of the flights as well?
Yeah, she said most of it and she paid for some wedding thing. So let's say she paid back, I don't know, £400. She owes $250. Like, fuck me. Like, get over it, eh? It's a relationship. You buy each other dinner all the time. You do things for each other. It all adds up. It's just a part of the wee money that you have.
I love that she said... if I reply back saying, no, I'm not paying you back. And if you're so fucking poor, you can sell my shit. I'll buy new stuff because I can afford it.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're standing on business is what you're doing. I say, honestly, if you can afford to buy new shit, fuck it. Just fucking stick with that, make that man. And then, like, I don't know if he still follows you on Insta or something like that, get new stuff and be like, treated myself.
Yeah.
You know, treated myself.
We're going toxic.
Fuck this man.
Oh
Oh my God.
I forgot how petty breakups can be sometimes.
That's so like that would I like to fight to pay for shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen you're like with your missus, like she'll try and pay for stuff and you guys are like fighting to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you would never like ask for the money back.
No.
You know what I mean?
I fight. Oh, $20, please.
Also, like, even if, like, I don't know, like, you in Bali, you guys, that you paid for accommodation, and you've obviously never asked her for money.
No, we halved a lot of it.
You halved a lot of it?
Just from because she wants to.
Right. She's like that, yeah.
She likes her independence, being like, it's my own
She doesn't
half.
want to feel like she's...
Owes me anything, I guess. But I think that just comes down probably bad communication at some point. Maybe he's like, fucking, I love this bitch still. I'm going to try and just make her life living hell because she doesn't want to be with me.
Fuck yeah. Honestly, like doing okay, to answer your question, but like talking about spiteful shit, like I fucking... What girlfriend was it? Obviously, I'm not going to say any names, but like once I broke up with a girl, and I'll tell you after which one it was, but I had like
I can guess
through the relationship. No, I actually don't think it's the one you think it was. Through the relationship, just like obviously like you have cute things together, like photos and like and stuff, and like she had like drawn pictures for me, and then when the relationship ended, I just like put it all in a basket because I was like, I don't want to see this stuff. Like I don't need to see this. I don't need it. And I could have just chucked it out, but I just went and like threw it. I just went and like put it at her driveway. I was like, because it was like her stuff. Yeah. And then like some of it was photos of us. And I was just like being a spiteful little pig.
Like you threw it on a driveway?
No, I didn't throw it. I just like went and put it there. But I just like I went and put it there. And I was like, there you go. Fuck you. And like honestly, if I could go back, I wouldn't do it now because like I'm over it. But I was just like
see
spiteful,
rocking up to the driveway with this basket full of things.
So toxic. I just went like place it up there. And
that's right, bitch.
And I was like, all yours. And then I guarantee you, she chucked it out. Oh, so toxic.
Petty relationships is relatable.
Yeah. Move on. Let's go. Okay. I'm 33-year-old single mum after an abusive marriage, so now I have amazing standards and boundaries. I'm dating a guy and he's ticking all the boxes. He's growing on me and I'm starting to consider a relationship with him. Thing is, when he kisses me, he doesn't use tongue. It's like licking teeth with a piranha. Do I say something? Go the playful way with, just stick your tongue in my throat. Or directive and nice, as in, you know what would be nice, etc., etc. Cheers, legend. Cheers, legends. Also, P.S. When I was 19, I was dating a 31-year-old and it was totally fine from previous episode. Remember we spoke about that? How we think it's weird?
I've addressed that. Not fine.
Yeah, not fine. you got groomed. And okay, but for the first one, okay, I think it's everything's perfect about it. But isn't it weird when you just don't get each other's kissing style?
Yeah.
And who kisses without tongue?
Like, are you like, yeah, what are you doing? I can get like when it gets down and dirty, is he just like
if I understand, like, yeah, I was going to say, like, when you guys are like, when you're like in bed and he's like on top of you and you guys are like kissing with the big build up before sex, is he just going, mwah, 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 and like intensely and fastly? And is he like grinding on you? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh.
How should she go about, I don't want to hear that. Just stick it down there. I would not want to hear that.
No, I was gonna say you do it.
But really? Just stick your tongue down my throat.
Yeah, I was gonna say just like stop and like just tell him what you want. I reckon this guy just doesn't have much experience.
Yeah, but even though he's 33.
Like, yeah, some guys just don't.
True. Maybe he thinks that's what like kissing is.
Maybe he's got poop.
Would you prefer to hear it right before? Because they're obviously getting intimate. Would you want to hear it right before that you have sex, or like just when you're watching a movie and you have a little peck and then she goes, you know what would be nice? Would you like to hear it then or right before you're going to have sex?
I reckon just like when you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Just do that thing that girls do. Just do that thing what girls do when you guys are just chilling and like you don't feel like talking, but then just go, I've been thinking. And he'll be like, oh, here we go. But just bring it up and just be like, you don't use tongue when we kiss, hey? Like, and he might
Yeah,
just
that's
be,
good.
and he might just be like, oh, what do you think? Just be like, like, just ask him, like, do you ever, when you learned how to kiss or when you started kissing, did you not like do pash sessions, like a little makeout sesh? Like, in Australia, we call it a hookup.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I remember going to school after a weekend when you're in like year 9, year 10 and just like going to your mates, like I hooked up with such and such.
Yeah,
and it was like the equivalent of being like losing your virginity.
Yeah.
You know, it was the best thing ever.
It was.
And like, I remember like the first time I got a hookup, it was like at a little party. We used to call them gathers.
Yeah.
And it was like at someone's house, their parents weren't home. And it was like the first night I did heaps of shit. It was like the first night I smoked weed. It's the first night might have been like the second night I drank, but it was the first time I got a hookup. Got a lot of firsts in the one night. And I remember like, it was the best thing ever. I remember like, she was like super, in my head, she was like pretty hot. And like everyone like, oh, she agreed. And I was like nervous as fuck. The butterflies were insane. And then we finally were in a room together alone. Everyone like left the room and she stayed and I stayed sitting down and she stayed. And like, you know what you're doing. Because it's like, you kind of were chilling with her the whole night. And then like, I stayed in the room and she was going to stay with me because we were chilling together the whole night.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm getting butterflies talking about it. First kisses are the best, man. And then just kind of like started hooking up and it just came so naturally to put tongue in.
My one's kind of fuck thing.
Really?
This is
Mine was the best.
exposing myself. Mine was was it that? I'm pretty sure it was like a New Year's party one year.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in. Like it was like, we didn't really know the person. And
Yeah.
this was like when I first like started drinking and all the boys were in there maggot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in for
Yeah.
ages. And then one person walked out the front who I knew and I was like, oh, can you get me in? And he got me in.
Yeah.
And as soon as I rocked up, the boys were like, oi, we found this chick who wants to hook up with you. And I was like, oh, I've been out the front for like 45 minutes. Couldn't get in. And we went there and then like introduced ourselves and they're like, do you want to do it? And then we're just like, yeah. And we hooked up.
No way. That's so fucking funny. That reminds me again of another situation where when you were a kid, like in year 6 is when I got my first girlfriend. And basically what would happen was it was like your friends would come up to you and be like, oh, I found out such and such likes you. And not once have I ever thought about having a crush on this person. And they're like, do you want to date her?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, sure. And then they were like, okay, tomorrow when you get to school, walk up to her, ask her to be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then you do it and then you've got a girlfriend.
You never
And
talk
then
to her
you
again.
never talk to him again. It's the best thing ever.
Fuck, that was the days.
Those were the fucking days.
But to help this mother out,
Oh yeah, what were we talking about?
when you next movie, just be like, hey, like, I reckon just talk about, you don't really use much tongue. I'd kind of like it a lot. Do you want to try it next time? Simple as that.
Honestly, yeah. This guy can be a little passion project.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
Literally. Like, just be like, let's try some shit.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm gonna say say to him, like, you don't use any tongue, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, nah. And then you can be like, let's try it.
And he's also
then
gonna
just get on top of him.
Yeah. But this is how it's done.
Yeah, this is how it's done. I was thinking before, he might have poop breath.
Oh,
And he's scared.
Oh, that's what you were trying to say. But surely you could still get an essence of the breath.
If he had poop breath, you'd know from not kissing.
Maybe so when you're going to do this movie and say these things, just in your pocket have a bit of gum or maybe a little bit of breath mint.
You know what? Be a nice lady and just be like, do the whole thing like, let's do some tongue. And then he'll be like, cool. And then just be like, oh, I like doing it with fresh breath. Pop a mint and be like, do you want one? And he'll be like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
And then give him a mint. And then you guys can just go for it.
I reckon don't even say, do you not use tongue? Even just be like, oh, this time let's try some tongue. Just say it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even say anything about it. Don't even address that he doesn't do it. Be like, this time let's go.
Yeah, maybe start pecking and then just be like, let's use some tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
out.
moment, he'll be like, yeah. Okay. My last one. I'm going to go to the bottom one.
Oh, you're gonna skip
That one's really deep. I'm going to save
okay.
it. I'm going to go lighthearted one. Okay. Please help a bitch. Been talking to this guy for a few months now, not dating. He's given me nicknames and all. Babe, bub, etc. Seems like more relationship nicknames. But when is it the right time to start giving him nicknames? And if so, what are the best nicknames to give him to get him in the bag? I've been calling him handsome, but I need to know what the best nicknames are.
Oh, handsome's a good one.
Handsome is good.
I like hey, handsome.
Yeah.
That is, honestly, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's a good nickname for a guy?
Handsome is bog standard. Can't go wrong. So let's go a bit more.
It always makes a guy feel good.
Yeah, he's calling you babe and bub.
He's calling you babe and bub?
Bit icky.
Ew.
Yeah, a bit icky.
Okay, but all right. Okay,
you can look past that. We can too.
If you're happy with that, by all means, everyone has their own
I'm
personal
thinking like,
preferences.
if it's got to be a play on his name or something.
Yeah, what's his name?
Like, if it was like, I don't know. Do you like when people like, I don't know, does anyone ever call you like Jakey Poo was funny or something like that?
No, I get Jakey. Jakey's cute, but I also grew up with Jakey, so it's almost so like a lot of family calls me Jakey.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if a girl does it a lot, it just feels like family.
What about Hottie?
Hey, Hottie. That's not bad.
If it doesn't
hey,
remind,
Hottie's good because your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hottie.
If it doesn't remind you of me, then you can use that.
Hottie.
Hottie. What about sexy?
Hey, sexy. And then
I like hot stuff.
hot stuff. Hey, hot stuff.
Yeah.
I always, you know what I do? I put my in front of their name.
Yeah. So
that's what I.
If her name was
that's what I have done.
Like if her name was Ashley, my Ash or something.
My Ashley. Like if you pick up the phone, like you answer the phone, if your girlfriend's like, "Hey, my Oddie."
Yeah.
It's just that you feel
that
like
is
belong.
good. Yeah. It feels like it's yours.
Yeah.
I go with Jake's thing.
Yeah.
Put my in front of it.
Put my in front of his name, and then
that means it's yours. Then you bagged him.
that's it. And then honestly, I think you've got him in the bag anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's calling you babe and bub. But good luck.
Good luck. I think my bitch.
Do what you wanna do.
Be what you wanna be.
Relatables. Okay. We went to the Instagram and we asked, in your mind, what is the bare minimum? Got some answers. Coming to the door on a first date.
Ooh.
Coming all the way up to the door.
Agreed.
Yeah. Don't just sit down in the car in the street and honk.
Beep beep.
That would be, I couldn't. If you had a daughter and she said, I'm going on a date, it's the first date she's ever been on, and he comes and you hear a beep and she's like, oh, I got to go. I'd be like, no. No, not around here, girl. Not around here. I'd be like, not around here. I'd be like, you stay here, and you say to him.
Why'd you turn country when you became a dad?
I don't know.
Not around here now.
No, not around here. I'd be like, tell him to come down and like shake my hand.
Yeah, true. Fuck, that's nerve-wracking as a dude.
It's good when they live alone. It's good when they don't live at home still.
I remember when you're like 18, 19 and you pick them up for your first date and they're still with their parents. And you're like, that shit's nerve-wracking.
So nerve-wracking.
Sometimes the girls don't want you to meet their parents because they're like embarrassed and shit.
Yeah, what's with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to go in? I don't know if you do this, but do you think, because my dad said when he was a kid that everyone, like girlfriends, even friends' parents, it was like Mr. and Mrs. Clark. Oh. So it's like, I might start doing it with your dad.
Really?
I don't see him often.
No, he hates it.
Really? Because he's a teacher.
He's a TAFE teacher and people call him Sir. He's like, my name's not Sir, call me Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, your dad does. Yeah, he probably doesn't care that I call him Michael. But with a girlfriend, I want to try like Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
See what happens. Respect.
Yeah.
The respect.
That's good.
What, in your mind, what is the bare minimum? A text back. Girl!
Raise those standards.
Raise the bar.
Oh, no.
In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Liking me back. I mean, I guess.
Sort of. You've obviously never been liked back before.
Yeah.
I guess no, just come on, girl. I don't know, say flowers.
Flowers. Fighting Gotham City with me. I am Batman.
That's good. That chick's funny. That's good.
In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Guys actually making the date, like setting the time, place, etc.
Agreed. Does that not happen?
I think that I don't think that. Like, I think a lot of guys will be like, "Do you want to go on a date?" And then they'll be like, "Where do you want to go?" Yeah. I think it's more common than we think.
I know we don't have a lot of male listeners, but for that 10% that do, I think it's a little bit less.
Yeah.
Have some authority,
guys. If there's any guys listening, take a go on a date. Like, show
so
them.
Simple.
It is. It's so simple. I think that shouldn't even. I think the bare minimum should be higher than that. Even. Yeah. Like that's like it's the world we live in is wild.
I know.
In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Doesn't fart in front of me till 3 months in. I'm gonna go
Agreed.
6 months. Let's go further. Let's
Agreed.
keep that shit sexy.
I reckon just like you're gonna have to slip one out here and there, but don't let your fucking boys' farts go.
Okay.
You can have a little squeaker.
Because once I start and you laugh at the first one, floodgates open.
Yeah.
I now am like, I gotta fart. I ain't getting a stomachache now.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that I know you think it's funny, but sometimes I go through phases where these things smell like death.
Yours do smell like that.
I'm going through a good phase at the moment. I haven't smelt one of my own farts for like 2 months.
What are you doing? Like blowing them away?
No, I'm talking like I do them and they just don't smell. I must be eating good.
Yeah.
Something like
Less
that.
protein?
No, I don't know what it is. But I'm happy. I'm not unhappy about it because I can do them in my bed without being scared.
Yeah.
You ever do a fart in your bed and like you try and hold the blanket down so you don't smell it and you're just letting it cook in there, but then like you go to roll, you forget and you roll and then a woof comes up and you're like, oh fuck. You're like, oh fuck.
Your one's like gaseous too.
Oh. In your mind, what is the bare minimum? The sidewalk rule.
Or how you put them if you're going to get hit by a car on the opposite side.
Yeah, so it's like guy is always on the road
I
side
actually do
of the
think about
sidewalk.
that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That one always has kind of like come naturally to me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just often just do it without even realizing. I feel
It must be like a little,
subconscious.
it's like a protective thing in your head, I
Yeah.
guess. Weird. And you know what I always do is like, if like you ever walking in somewhere where it's quite busy,
Yeah.
and then you're walking next to each other, but then you have to walk in single file to get through something. I always like get them to go first, and I for some reason always like touch their back, and it's like I guide them. They don't need the guidance.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hate it or not. Like girls, do you hate that? Because like I'll stop doing it.
That's funny.
But like I always seem to just go like this and like guide them. For some reason, it's like they're just gonna fall or something. It's like you're not gonna fall.
I'll tell you what happened to me the other day with my girlfriend. We're both in the bathroom. She was like having a shower and I was doing my thing, and there was a wasp in there for some reason. And she was like freaking. She yelled. She's like, "Odie, Odie!" And then I came in and there was a wasp.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the towel and tried to like catch it and like so I could get in the towel and throw it outside. And it didn't. I didn't catch it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I ran back out. I was like, "You're on your own."
Oh my god, you angered it.
Yeah, I angered it.
It's like if one of us is gonna get hurt and I can get out of here, I may as well get out of here.
She had water to protect it. I was like,
She had water.
I can't do anything now. I tried my best.
Didn't have any bug spray?
She's like, I can't believe you left me. I was like, sorry, bitch. Survival of the
That's like
fittest.
saying, like, if you were in the situation of someone's like robbing you, you'd run. You'd leave her in the dust.
I tried.
You'd run, wouldn't you?
I was like, throw a stick at it.
Oh.
Ugh.
In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Not singing Norman fucking Rockwell by Lana Del Rey in my head.
Oh, really?
You know that song?
No.
It goes, "You're just a man. It's just what men do," or "just what you do," or something like that. So the bare minimum is don't be acting where I need to be like, "Oh, he's just a man."
Oh.
Don't make me say to myself, "He's just a man." It's what he does. It's what they do.
Yeah.
That shit, like, I just fucking men piss me off. It's fucking retarded. All right, listening to me yapping.
I rate that one.
Same.
Because they can yap.
Can they ever?
And if you find a man who's there for it, you're yapping about something that's just like, you even know yourself that you're like, what the fuck am I talking about? Yeah.
The amount of times I've been in the car and I'm like, I'm just going, yep, oh yeah, yeah. And then it's like 10 minutes pass and they go, oh, I'm just talking. And I'm just like, no, you're good, you're good. You know what I always like, okay, this is what gets me, is when, yes, you are yapping and I'm trying to pay attention and I'm trying to be supportive because I see you care about it, but you really are, you're yapping about nothing. So it's like, I definitely, like, I get lost.
I zone out.
Yeah, I zone out. And then when it's time for me to reply, I don't reply. And you're like, are you even listening? Yeah. And it's like, look, I'm trying, but make it more interesting, please. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck's sakes.
It can yap. But I agree with that. The bare minimum, if he's there to get through your yapping and tries, as long as he tries, that's all you need.
Fair. In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Opening the car door.
Yeah.
How you going with it?
Not good.
Come on, man.
Not good at all.
Come on.
Oh, damn
not having to keep reminding them to do stuff for you, like to take me on a date every once in a while.
I'd break up if you did that. Like, come on.
I know. So I think that a lot of people just go into it like they're not. It's like they think they're ready for a relationship, but they're not. Like they think they like you, but they mustn't. Because if they really liked you, they'd really want to do all these things.
If your man's not taking you out twice a month, get a new man. It can be even a home cooked meal that he buys, like the snacks you like, and gets a movie you like.
Something like that, even. Yeah, just chill.
Simple as that.
It's just a bit of effort.
Yeah, it's just effort.
In your mind, what is the bare minimum? Transparency.
Damn.
Let's go.
So true.
Transparency is hot.
That's it.
Last one. Liking the reels I send you.
That actually, in today's day and age, I agree.
Oi, that goes the longest way.
Yeah.
Because I looked at this, giggled, thought, you know who else is going to like this? And then I send it to you. I'm getting vulnerable. I'm showing you my sense of humor. And if you don't like it, oh,
Exactly.
fuck. React to it.
Have you ever?
Don't ever. Also, sorry to interrupt, but don't be this man. I don't give a fuck if you've seen it. Just laugh. PSA.
I said it the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, I feel like you just do it on purpose.
What was I going to say? I forgot now. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what I started doing too.
What?
So our friends have some terrible sense of humor.
Oh my God.
I've stopped watching them, but I just like them.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
No, I've been doing that for months.
Yeah.
Months.
I was like, these are shit.
I've been doing it for months. Oh my God. And like sometimes I
And I can say that because I don't listen.
yeah, sometimes I would like think they're funny, but like I'm just thinking, nah, not funny anymore.
No.
Like
See,
what's on your
It's like
algorithm?
Shrek going like,
I know, it's so weird.
Yeah. Ladies, bare minimum.
Yeah, bare minimum. Set the bar higher, guys.
Write a little list.
What's the bare minimum to you, do you reckon?
In a relationship, the bare minimum would probably be being true to yourself with what you need in a relationship and being able to communicate that, I think. And I think just being happy and getting what you want.
Yeah.
Not compromising, like on your happiness.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say I definitely agree with all that. And then also like I like the thought of making someone feel special.
When we were talking about the dates before and they said men plan a date, I feel cute planning a date for a girl. You've said it before, like you think about the smile they're going to have in their face when you whip out, I don't know, this game they like.
Yeah.
If you think they're going to like playing Uno and you whip out Uno and then their smiles that what you thought it was going to be, that's the best feeling as a man.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of feeling is what you want.
Agreed. And it needs to go both ways. But like I just think, yeah, making someone feel special it's got to be the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Make them feel like you like them. That's what make them feel like, oh, this man actually loves me.
I think, make them feel like they're the only girl on this planet.
Yeah, 100%.
Make them feel special. That's because that's who they are to you. They're the only girl you want.
Yeah.
And that's how they should feel like they're the most important woman there is.
Fuck yeah. Agreed. Do what you want to do.
Be what you want to be.
Relatables. Okay, so guys, and Oddie, obviously. You just fist pump?
It was me. I'm here. I'm ready to listen.
So, we all know that men and women love differently.
Agreed.
Yes. Now, here's what I never really put much thought into it, like as it's kind of like it's a little obvious as to why we love differently, but I never put too much thought into it until I watched this video, and it was weird. The guy said men love more authentically, which I think is a weird word to use. I don't know how can you judge that?
Yeah.
But I think he kind of was just saying like men love differently.
Yep.
But the way he explained it was women, girls, blah, blah, blah. They're like from a young age. You're brought up to like, and you're told this, like you're just told, like your grandma was told this, your mum was told this, like, so you get brought up and you get told like, you know, women love to it's like you're there to take care of, you're there to blah blah blah, and you get told about your wedding. Like girls from like 4 years old, 5 years old sometimes are like they're all happy about weddings, like they're thinking about their wedding. And so when you're older and you fall in love, it's like girls really want to fall in love. I'm just going like average, like it's a lot more common than men.
Yep.
They really want to fall in love because of all these things, because to them it's like a happy thing. It's like I get to take care of you. It's like because it comes naturally to them, and it's like I get to be loved, blah blah blah. And it's always like a fairy tale. Like all the movies and all the stuff that's geared toward young girls and like growing up is all about love. It's all about love. And then so when girls fall in love for the first time, or like every time they fall in love, you know, they're like, oh yes, like this happy feeling.
Yes.
Guys, when they're young, are brought up differently. They're brought up to, you're told like you need to provide, you need to protect, you need to be a man, blah blah, all this, all that. And so it's like when you get to a point where you fall in love, it's obviously a great feeling. Like men love it too, but it's kind of a different feeling. It's more like the men are now like, okay, I now have like I need to provide. Like we look at it as almost like subconsciously as like this is a job now. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So it's like that's so men and that's the way like we get brought up so socially different, even though we're brought up together. Like me and my sister, for instance, like same family, blah, but like I love differently to her, even though we both have like same parents, same everything, because of the way we're brought up.
Where it stems from.
Yeah.
It does make a lot
of sense. And I never like deeped it too hard in the sense to like, until I saw that video and I was like, fuck, that's so true. Like we love, like men almost look at it as like, okay, now I need to provide. So we're kind of like, oh, fuck. Like I've let myself fall in love. Whereas women are like,
exactly.
Love.
And it's even subconsciously like, not even the movies or anything like that. Just looking at your parents.
Yeah.
Our parents are like our dads. Provide.
Yeah.
Earn the money. Yeah. Put the food on the table.
No emotion.
You've always heard your parents say, "I've got to get the food on the table" or something like that.
Yeah. Who's like, I'm paying like the light, it's just everything. Like,
and then you have your mum with the nurturing state who takes you to the soccer games, to your sporting games, to your schooling events, who's there to love you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it does make a lot of sense. It stems from that. Do you think that's right?
I don't know if I think it's just what it is. And I've never thought like, that I've always been like, yeah, we love differently because it's like men and women are different, but I've never thought of it in that sense.
Me neither.
You know what I mean?
It is. It's funny the impact that like a lot of young like Disney shows, like they're watching Frozen, they're watching things like that, and we're watching fucking dinosaur films.
I know. Like I grew up like I love superhero movies.
Yeah.
Like I don't like rom-coms.
But even superhero movies that all the dudes like, they protect.
They protect, exactly. And then with all these movies that girls are watching growing up, all the rom-coms and everything, like in that movie, the guy that the girl's falling in love with is quite often the perfect guy.
Yeah.
And so and it's written in the way, like this guy's acting. Like they're acting, it's fake. And this guy's acting in a way where he is a caring man and he isn't like, it's like not real. Yeah. So then women, it's like they get brought up, and then I feel like each party almost like, I don't want to say disappoints each other, but like I think going into it with that mindset now is more like, I don't know, I feel like it opens you up for just more understanding.
They don't exist together. They can't really exist together because it's not real.
Nah, it's weird.
It is very weird.
It's so...
I don't know why. I feel like men are pushed too far in the way of providing, in a sense. Do you?
I definitely feel, I would say, pressure to provide. Like for some reason in my head, this is what I want when I'm older. And I've spoken about it. Like I want to be able to, like if my wife really wants to work, by all means, but if she wants to stay home and look after the kids and I make enough money for that, then 100%, like that's what I want. Like it's our money, it's our house, everything's ours, but like that's what I want. And like it's so, I don't know why I feel like that.
Do you think when two people are coming together, a man and a female, their loving styles are so different, like you just said, do you think someone on like a man who's on the full end of the spectrum of full provide is going to attract someone who's a girl who's full lovey-dovey on the other end of the spectrum? Or do you reckon it's going to be more middle ground where they're like half and half, 50-50 come together?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, you would assume that a guy that's mad driven and hardworking and wants to provide would more likely attract the girl that wants to be a stay-at-home mum.
I think so too. And do you think the guy who provides uses that to compensate talking about his feelings?
Yeah, I don't know, because it always ends up being like, I'm the provider.
I think a lot of the time what happens is men think, I'm the provider, that's all I got to do.
Yes.
I don't need to tell you that how I'm feeling or anything like that. They bottle everything up. And a big toxic thing that happens in relationships that I see with some of our friends is that unfortunately a lot of the time men do still make more money than women.
Yeah.
That still happens. And the male uses that as leverage in a relationship and says, well, I paid for this.
Yeah.
I did that. You got to clean my house. All that shit still happens. And it's just like, no, that's not how things should be. You're not the fucking provider like that. It's not how, that's like a 1900s way of living.
Like the world is still so, I'm going to say, just like sexist in so many ways. Like, look, okay, maybe the pay gap is gone. I don't know. I'm sure there's still professions with the pay gap. I think 100%.
I'll tell you what, side note, just quickly.
Yeah.
I was watching some influencers were talking about how much money they earn. And apparently men make more money in the influencer game, which we're in now, because there's less men in the industry than women, because so many women do this makeup. Not as many brands want women to do the things because there's less men.
So when they see a man doing it, everyone's going to be like, oh, a man's doing that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So they get more money. We can ask for more money. Yeah. So it's sort of like score, but.
So yeah, we're kind of like, again, just lucky. Like we just got male privilege.
Yeah, exactly.
And like the thing is like, so we have male privilege in this industry, but like male privilege is kind of in every industry.
Yeah.
You know, and I always see these things. Okay. So you see all these things where it's like someone is trying to say the world's still sexist, and then a man is fighting against that. And their argument is, you know, or most bricklayers are men. Most people that kill themselves are men. Most people in jail are men. Most people are this are men. Blah. They have all these statistics.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I saw this one where this girl goes, but who created the system? And he's like, what? And she's like, men created the fucking world. So it's like, why are you, that's not a valid argument. And so, and the guy just like was speechless. He couldn't talk. He had nothing to say. But something I've been noticing lately, and I don't know how I didn't notice it before this, but like I've been noticing like sexist things that are like kind of like smaller, but like they have a big impact, and they have a big impact from like a young age. So like I'm guilty of it. I'm sure you're guilty of it, and I don't do it anymore. And I don't think I've seen you do it anymore. But like when you're younger, and your friend, one of our friends, was to choose their girlfriend over a night out with the boys. And we're like, oh, you're a simp. You're on the chain. You're on the leash. You're whipped. All these things are like just words invented to kind of like make it so it's a way to make it so it's just a new intricate way of making women feel like they're lesser than because a man wants to hang out with them. You know what I mean?
I do get there's sort of like a trapping thing they're making. I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I was guilty of it.
I was guilty of it. Like, but then I recognize now, and like I'm guilty of it. Like it's happened to me as well. Like, oh, you're so whipped. Blah,
it
blah,
makes
blah.
women feel less meaningful.
Yeah, and so what it does is it wants women. So now I think it's a very common thing for women to want to be considered a low maintenance girlfriend.
Yes.
A lot of women strive to be a low maintenance girlfriend. You know, it's like, oh, my girlfriend, she's chill with that. She doesn't care about that. She's not keen on going on dates. She's really chill with that. And they try to be a low maintenance girlfriend to make their man happier, to be more appealing to a man because he doesn't have to put as much work in to make her feel good.
Yeah.
So it's like another way of just, it's like men have somehow made it so women want to be lesser and they want to be treated lesser to make the man happier.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking wild?
That is wild.
Have you ever thought about that?
I haven't. That's sacrificing your happiness to please a man because you think that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And it's putting yourself at a lower standard.
And like if a woman has high standards and she's playing the field and going on lots of dates, she's a slut. Yeah. If a man has high standards and he's playing the field and going on lots of dates, it's like he's playing the field. Yeah. He's trying to figure, he knows what he wants. You know what I mean? It's such a fucking wild word. And I'm upset with myself that it took so long. Like I'm 24.
Yeah.
And it took until I was, let's say 24 to fully realize that, you know, like
There's all these degrading ways we didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I had no realization that the impact of those words. I was always just like, oh yeah, shit, you're a simp, mate. Hang out with the boys.
Like, you're so whipped.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, if a girl hears you say that, she's going to be like, oh, I don't want my man's friends to think he's whipped. I'm going to say to him, look, no, go with your friends. I know we made plans, but go with your friends. Like, what?
Exactly.
Like, what's wrong with me wanting to hang out with the person I love? When they're married, like when you're married to them, it doesn't make a difference. So why does it make a difference now?
No, it's all coming with maturity, isn't it?
Yeah. I must be maturing.
Yeah. And I hate to see the impact because when it's just fucking boys being boys. Because when we say it, we're just saying it because we're in a group of lads who are built on testosterone, and we're just saying, I'm not justifying why we're saying this is just why it happens. We just say, oh, you're a sim, come hang out with the boys. Yeah. And we don't realize the impact or the magnitude of those words will have on the partner that's saying at home, thinking, oh, fuck, I'm making my boyfriend miss out on opportunities. Maybe I'm too much, and then make them second guess themselves might cause some anxiety.
100%.
Things like that.
Yeah. So, big PSA to all the girls listening. I know we have a lot of female listeners, but to girls young and old, if you're young and you haven't had a boyfriend yet, this is for you. And if you're older and you've had a boyfriend and you still have one, this is for you. Make us fucking work for it. Like, there's nothing wrong with making us put effort in. Don't be a low maintenance. Don't strive to be a low maintenance girlfriend.
I think also girls, that comes with maturity. They realize that they've been putting themselves second.
Yeah.
And once they start to put themselves first, they find men who want to put an effort in.
Yeah.
Who like planning the dates, like we said. They like doing all those things. And yeah, it's the day and age where men go to work, they provide for you, put food on the table is gone. It's not there anymore.
Like, I mean, like, look, it's still there, but like,
I'm saying that there's going to be a shift.
But
it doesn't work.
The age of that's accepted that's all they have to do is gone.
Yeah.
Because if you're staying home raising the kids, that's way more difficult. I was working with my old boss a month ago, and him and I were talking about this, and he goes, because his wife stayed home his whole career, like I think she worked like very part-time here and there, but she raised his kids.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, like I fully recognize like she did all that because he was like, his daughter had a kid recently, and his wife was looking after their granddaughter for the day, and he was at work, and she called him and was like, oh, I have an appointment at the hospital. I don't want to take blah, blah, the baby because she has spent time there and she gets anxious in the hospital. So he was like, oh, I'll come home from work early and look after it for you. And he said he got there and he was like, as soon as I got there, 10 minutes in, he was like, I'd rather be at work right now.
Yeah.
This is fucking a job. Like he was like, he was like, oh, I'm going home early. I get to go chill, sit down on the lounge. He was like, nah, it is a job.
Yeah. And you also sacrifice their own career. Like to stay at home and do things like that.
Literally, yeah, they sacrifice their career for their kids. So earlier with the thing of what's a job that should be more admired? Fucking stay-at-home mums.
That's a very good point.
Fucking facts.
Yes.
Bro.
Facts.
That's insane. And it's like all these
the reason that they don't have any, like, I don't know, they're not celebrated in any way is because there's no income from it.
Yeah. And another thing is like, think about this. Okay. If let's say you said to your girlfriend, I want to learn how to do your hair. Because I want to do that. I want to be able to do that for you. I want to be able to do it for my daughter when I'm older. If your girlfriend went and said that to her friends, they'd be like, oh, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah. But like, if your girlfriend was like, I want to learn how to, I don't know, do something for you, it's just like considered to be normal. Or it's like, oh, like so let's go when you're older. Let's say you wanted to learn how to do your daughter's hair.
Yeah. And
like all the mums at school are like, oh my God, your husband's so cute, you learned how to do your daughter's hair. But your wife does it every single day and gets zero praise for it. Like, what? It's just, why is that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
We'll go do the simplest task and everyone's like, oh my God, he's a man and he did that. Like, it's even women have fallen into their own trap that we set. Like, they fall into the trap themselves because their bar is so low.
There's a lot of things in life that just don't make sense. And one of them is just sexism.
Yeah.
And how, like, equality still just isn't there. Yeah. It's just like mind games and just I don't get why it's like that.
I know, it's so weird. And if you're out at a night out and you're with your girlfriend and a guy and you're being protective, like she's talking to a guy and you're being protective, it's like everyone, girls included, guys, girls, her looks at it like, oh, he's just being protective.
Yeah.
But if you're on a night out and you're talking to a girl and your girlfriend's being protective, or your friends, even her friends and you're like, oh, she's being crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's a crazy bit.
Like,
yeah, I know.
It's fucking wild to think, like, I'm really, really trying to change the way my mind, like my subconscious mind is still admittedly not great, but I'm really trying to catch all these things So any mums out there, if you're raising a son, any dads out there, if you're raising a son, like fucking just raise him to be respectful and raise your daughter to not have low standards.
Do you think that the reason where I'm on a similar mindset pathway, we think the same just from what we do, but do you think we have these kind of thoughts because we put ourselves in a position to open to thinking? Because the people at work, all those men we're talking about who do these things are at work. They're doing their trade or whatever they do.
They're busy.
They're busy. They don't have time to think, or they don't want to think because they're tired at the end of the day, and they just go home and sit on the lounge. Whereas we are consciously making ourselves think for content for this podcast.
True.
And we're changing the way our mind thinks, and we're getting to the point of what actually exists in the world.
Yeah.
But they don't because of the way they've set their life up. Do you think if they had more spare time, they would? Maybe.
I actually don't know. I'm trying to think about it.
It might just come down to the type of person they are, because I'm sure there's a lot of tradies who still read books and want to elevate their thinking process.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure you're right. And also I think a huge part of where you grew up, the environment you grew up in. Like I grew up with my dad. My dad, I've never seen him and my stepmom fight. Always.
Well, both our parents are men, but they're also soft men.
Yeah, my dad's a soft guy.
So is my dad. They're both soft men.
Yeah, and it's very it was never instilled in me that you have to be a manly man. I can't say I've ever seen my dad emotional, but it's definitely, little things that you don't even notice. Like the other day I was there and I noticed him just making a salad for my stepmom, and just stuff like that, little things that you take away. So
yeah, exactly. But it's just
sorry, I got worked up talking about
that. I think it's a valid thing to be worked up for, just because when you're growing up, you think everything's perfect. When you're in high school, you're like, I'm going to become an adult. Life's going to be good.
Yeah.
Life is going to be great.
I think it's all rainbows. I'm
going to buy a house, going to get married, have a dog. And then you get out there.
And you literally think that to yourself. And you're it's going to be as easy as I just said it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not.
And then you get out there and you're like, what the fuck is life? And it's just literally, I had a Patreon message the other day saying we really helped her through seeing the world in a different light. And sometimes people get trapped in their bubble of, there's probably a lot of women listening who think their boyfriends don't put any effort in.
And they probably don't.
And they think it's normal.
Yes.
And one of the reasons we started this podcast is literally just to make you think in a different way or turn a cog here or there. And that's a lot of the time in life what you need to get to the next level somewhere. And that comes from reading a book or elevating your thinking process in some way or another. Maybe that's from us. Maybe it's not. But all you can do is just find your own pathway and find the right man who you don't sacrifice your needs for. Yeah.
Agreed. I feel we could talk about forever. We should get on.
That's your saying, eh? You say that every single.
We could talk about forever.
Yeah, really? Every deep thing.
Oh, really?
You say it.
Well, we probably could.
Yeah, we could.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Do what you wanna do.
Be what you wanna be.
Relatables. All right, guys, I've come to an end there. Was that a serious episode?
I think so. Very serious. We had
if you're watching the YouTube for this, it's a long episode.
It is a long episode with the extra MANEATER versus Girl Next Door.
Good. So you go.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that. I feel like, I don't know, it was good. I quite like that, actually. Hopefully, everyone, let us know if you liked that. If you guys like it when we do if we put effort into getting a real silly segment in. As if we didn't get too silly that whole time.
I feel like a lot of people do we're a potty of the people. We're trying to figure out the best approach for listening to a podcast. And is it, do you want the 45 minutes funny haha that there's no serious shit going in there? Or do you want an hour 20 where there's a message behind it, which I think is more representative of us because that's life. Life is serious at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But we're open to anything. So
definitely
tell us what you like. Put in the comments. Tell us if you like the serious stuff, if you want just hard. Because some people skip the deep stuff.
I think some people skip it. We had a really nice message from someone saying they started off by skipping the deep stuff and then started listening to it, and that's what changed her mindset on stuff.
Yeah.
So obviously we won't stop doing it because we that's what we if we were just hanging out, that's what we end up talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So it's what we want to do on here.
Exactly.
But guys, it's in. It's in right now.
Murder on the dance floor. Saltburn.
Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis Bextor. And if you haven't heard the version by Royal Lotus, I recommend listening. It's very good.
Just came out.
Okay, ready?
Go for it.
It's a murder on the dance floor. You better not kill the groove. DJ, gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know,
Thanks
I know,
everybody
I know,
for tuning in.
I know.
This is going to be a
About
brilliant
your
year.
kind.
We're going to the moon. You're all coming with us. I like to
And
say
so
it.
and so and so and so.
Sub to all those good things. Patreon. 5-star
I'll
this
have
bitch.
to
Like YouTube.
play.
Subscribe.
If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way. Boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey. It's a murder on the dance floor. But you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 hey.
Banger. See you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye. What you wanna do,
Be what you want to be.
relatables.